like we are reading the Haggadah Shel Pesach. But your name is not from Haggadah. Your name is obviously from this week's Parsha. Joshua, one of the famous, one of the good spies, together with Caleb. The other 10, we even forgot their names. We have them in the Torah, but who cares? Because they were not good examples for Am Israel. But Joshua and Caleb, they were wonderful examples of how we should behave, how we should be, how we should act towards each other, how we should think about Eretz Israel, Am Israel. More about them, but first back to you, Joshua. Many years ago, once you were a little boy, now you are not so little anymore, and a new era starts in your life from this week, when you are bar mitzvah. Once, as a little boy, you came home, but you came without shoes. So your parents started asking, what happened, where are your shoes? And you said, no, I lost them. Where are they? Where are they? The shoes. Let's go and find them, your daddy said. You said, you won't find them because they are in the top of a tree. As a real Moshavnik, you like climbing trees. That's a good thing. You should climb higher and higher. But from now on, from this week on, you will climb the trees of mitzvot. Higher and higher, more and more mitzvot. That's your new life. Can you believe it? Until now, you lived on the merit of being a child. The merit was, you have been innocent like a kid. But from now on, you have to earn your own merits by doing mitzvot. You know, this week's Parsha teaches us something, and I will give you one advice based on what's in this week's Parsha. We know 12 spies went out. All 12 came back. The rest, it's a sad story in a way. 10 spies complained, they complained, until the whole nation, almost the whole nation, cried. Not the women, not the Levi'im. That's fantastic. But majority, lots of people cried. Hashem said, if you cry for this, I will make this a night for you to cry. Because they complained, we are still crying until today. That was the 9th of Av. Unbelievable. Till today, because somebody complained to Hashem 3,000 and more years ago, we are still crying today. What I will give you as advice for life. Advice for life. Not to complain. Never to complain. Never to complain to your parents, to your friends, to your boss, to your teacher. Never to complain, but show gratitude. You know, I think Jews are famous for complaining. You know, they complained about food. Oh, back in Egypt, we had such amazing food. We had the garlic dressing on the salad. We had the fish, the meals, big meals we put on the barbecue. Huge. Amazing food we had back in Egypt. And Hashem provided them with food day in and day out. And they had the chutzpah to complain about what Hashem gave them. We should never complain. Till today, imagine, Hashem gave you Nov to grow up in Gan Eden, in Eretz Israel. We have so many things to be grateful for. Hashem is fighting our wars as we speak. We have amazing soldiers, but in the end, Hashem is fighting our wars. And you know, before we know it, Hashem will send us Moshiach. He will send us the final redemption. We don't need to wait that long. But you know, Jews are so famous for complaining. So when you go to a restaurant today, in a fancy restaurant, in the middle of dining, the waitress comes up and say, "Is anything okay?" Yeah.
Yes, terrific.
That's how famous we are for complaining. I suggest, Yeshua, I suggest you become the first Jew to never complain. Never complain. You will be the first Jew to never complain. And then you will change the whole world. Because Hashem wants us to be grateful. And you know what will happen? You know what happens when we say, Todah, thank you Hashem for the amazing things you give me. You know what He will say to you? He will say you think this is good? I will show you what is really good. That's much better than to show, oh, you are crying for this? I will give you something to cry about. That's very sad. And we are still crying. But instead, we should be grateful to Hashem. He will show us in our personal life, for Am Israel, for all of us together as a huge, big, wonderful Jewish family. He will show us what is really good. Thank you, Hashem. We never complain. We just be grateful for everything that Hashem gives us. May you be blessed all your life, climbing your tree of mitzvot.